Well, gang, welcome back to Late Night Conspiracies, everybody. Let's just jump right into it. And I know how much you guys love these conspiracies, but guys, make sure, double check and see if you have locked your doors down, because holy smokers, it ain't no damn jokers, because the videos today that we got baffling, okay? Because apparently we have a sister claiming she got a video of an alien knocking down on the door. And we got a video as well with the sound and all that. I don't think you guys gonna like that one, man, but let's actually jump right into it. Clench your butt cheeks, because holy smokers, there ain't no damn jokers. First video that we have, this one is coming straight from England, and if you get 2 likes on the video, I'm gonna drop the next episode for you guys very, very soon. Whew. So it's been said that this one was captured in England. Looks like a giraffe neck, right? Is that Zeus? I don't know, man. Definitely not. Hey, I'll give you a Big Mac. Come here. What about chicken nuggets? That's a strange looking object for sure. It's vertical. How do you sit in that? Is there an alien twat inside? Maybe an alien baddie? Do you think this is Lockheed? Deep state program? Fake alien UFO craft? You think it's part of Project Blue Balls or what? Yeah, no, definitely was an interesting sighting, so I wanted to put that in the video here. Shout out to James, first of all. I want to show you this very short clip, and shout out to this sister as well. Shout out to the sister. Spooky, scary story time. An alien tried to break into my house with video. Uh-oh, roll it.
I got an email from a woman named Lee who told me that an alien was trying to break into her back door, and she actually sent me a video, so I'm going to play that in a second. Oh, there's my mom. I'm at my mom's house. Hey, say hey, Mom.
Mom! Get the camera! Okay, get the camera.
Couple things before I play the video. This happened at 4:15 in the morning. She said she was in bed, her and her daughter were asleep when she heard a loud bang coming from her basement where her back door is. She thought something exploded. She didn't think it was anybody at the door. So she came around, you see her on the video, peek around the corner. So that first person you see is her. She said when she peeked around the corner, she saw someone banging on the door, like the door was moving and the handle was turning like someone was trying to get in. So that's when she went back upstairs, got something to protect herself with, locked her daughter and her dogs in a room, and came back downstairs. The defense object is blurred out in this video. So I'm gonna play the video. Turn up your volume because you need to hear the noises, because she said that she didn't hear these noises coming until she played the camera's footage in her basement afterward. And then I'll tell you what she said happened after.
Here we go, boys. This is that video.
Oh my gosh. So I guess she went up to get the defense object.
So you're telling me that alien came from, let's just say, light years away, right? To come here and knock on the door? Okay. But it does sound pretty strange though, I have to say, right? It's like Bigfoot with the Bigfoot ass feet, right? Loud ass feet. Yo, does he have a shotgun? I think he got a shotgun. Oh shit! Oh man! Yo, I don't think my Canadian Bob of War got anything against it, man. Oh man, it's over.
Yeah, I think Lee is a man, not a woman. She might have confused things around.
Yeah. I mean,
after
in this day and age, nobody knows what a man and what a woman is, so it makes sense. It makes sense.
She turned the light off. She was around the corner waiting because she thought it was fully a person trying to break.
Sure.
She turned the porch light on outside. She waited for about 10 minutes, but the banging stopped. After about 15 minutes, she goes outside to check the area, but she said it was very strange because her gate was locked. She has an old wooden fence. She said that for sure would have collapsed had someone tried to jump over it. There were no tracks in the grass, no tracks in the dirt. There was no damage to the door. She says she has absolutely no idea what this was, but she has a feeling it was an alien because the strangest thing was that for 2 days leading up to that event, she had a strange feeling, like her intuition was off. And when she went outside to check the area, she had a feeling like she was being watched, but there was nobody in her yard. She said the feeling was coming from the roof. Lee said I could use her real name, so she'll be seeing the comments. So let her know if you have any thoughts as to what this might have been. And keep sending me your spooky, scary stories. I'll keep adding them to this playlist.
So let's take a look at what people are saying here.
Oh damn, bedtime, it sounds like a Demogorgon from Stranger Things almost. So Lee, you're not going to like this. But I turned my volume up, and as soon as my cats heard it, both you mean ran away, or I don't know. I turned the volume down, cause what if I called them? Wait, what? Say psych. Not
yeah, no
cool.
actual alien footage, of course. So what's really weird is that most of these videos started popping up around the same time after that military exercise was recorded. So
what are your thoughts on it, man? What are your thoughts on it? I want to show you guys this video. So this one was captured in China of that alleged TR-3B. Roll it. This one right here. Hidden in the clouds. Yeah. Dad, Mom, to get the camera. Mom, camera, get the camera. Yeah, it seems like that. It's a cloudy ass night. But on a real though, like I just had another thought about this clip, right, that we just saw. Do you really think an alien would come down and knock on a door? I heard, the last time I checked, I heard that you know, they can communicate with their minds and they can open the door on their own. Maybe not. Maybe they're not that advanced enough. I want to know your thoughts on that one. But this clip is also strange. Like triangle shape right here. A Doritos, flying Doritos, as some of you would call it, right? Yeah, guys, hide all of your holes. I don't want you guys getting probed. Pause. So this is on of that clip. Let's actually jump on to this one. Now, this one was sent to me by Trey Dan. They uploaded on the YouTube channel, and it's claimed that they recorded this. They recorded this on TV with the camera, and this one was captured at Santa Monica Pier. Man. Yeah, I would say this is by far the strangest sighting. I mean, the quality is not the best, and seems like that the lights are very glow-ish, because of course they're capturing their TV with the phone by the looks of it. But we don't see the plane flashing lights, because normally a plane got the aviation flashing lights, white, green, red, you know, they are constantly flashing. So we don't have that. So this is, I don't think it's a drone either.
Looks like somebody.
Somebody for sure.
Freaky.
And if you want to send your videos, definitely link me over on Twitter and X. Probably the best way to send your videos. Just upload it on YouTube unlisted and send me there. If you got Instagram, I would definitely love to have you there. Links are always down in the description below. Alright, let's get back to the content here, boo-boo. This next clip, now this is the follow-up. This is a sequel. We got Avengers Endgame Part 2 right now. 2027 Alien Threat. Oh, shit. What is this all about? We covered part of it in one of the previous video where we had Jeremy Corbell claiming he heard from his sources that a massive, they are gonna say a massive UFO mothership is headed towards Earth in 2027. And apparently it's all a lie. It's basically part of the disclosure is what Jeremy Corbell said he heard. We covered that video, and we also covered the fact that we had one of the ex-CIA. He also did say basically the same thing as him. We covered that in one of the previous video. I want to show you that clip because we got more stuff right after. We got Luis Elizondo also making a comment on that 2027 alien threat thing. Is it real? Is it fake? Roll it. Shout out to Jeremy Corbell, of course, and Vetted as well. Roll it.
All indications, like all of them, is that that lie is going to be that there is a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe.
Damn, be dramatic.
How they explain that, the nature of that threat. But that 100% is the lie you are going to be told. You even got a date. People been whispering a date for a long time now. I know where that lie comes from. I know specifically what document from the 70s initiated the idea of that lie. A classified document. That is the lie you will be told. You're going to be told that there is a craft on its way to Earth. That's the lie. Maybe I'm wrong.
There it is. Wait for it.
Wrong. I sent you 2 texts today with a year. Not from me. Nope. I'm not going to propagate that lie.
Now, Luis Elizondo, in his recent interview on Area 52 with Chris Ray.
Yeah, he was very dramatic in that. But if it's true, I mean, sheesh. If it's not, well, here we go, right? Because we have been hearing about disclosure every year. It was supposed to happen in January. Now, what we heard, of course, we heard from News Nation about the alien egg, right? They revealed that egg ship UFO. Apparently, it's been claimed that that is that said disclosure. Dr. Stephen Greer is saying that in the coming weeks and the coming months, we're going to get more stuff. So time will tell us for sure. But it really feels like that every year we hear about it. Hey, it's going to happen next year or next year, right? I don't know, man.
Ramsey,
wait for it.
He addressed this particular claim.
I mean, I'm going to have to ask 2027.
No, I don't know why people keep saying 2027.
Listen.
People are like, oh, Lou said 2027. No, I never said 2027. Stop,
Okay.
guys. I never said that. You know what happens is people in the internet have got way too much time on their hands. They will clip together interviews I have to create a false narrative.
Okay, so let me know. Then what is it? Is it Bledsoe has a hard date, by the way. He says Easter Sunday 2026 is like his date. I've heard people say 2025 is when we begin this, whatever. And like, it's obviously the goalpost is going to shift depending on what's been said. Recently, Jeremy Corbell in his special, in his 3-part special, at the end of it said that the government was intending on having some mass sighting or like a giant mothership come in and that, this is going to happen. And then 2027's been thrown around. Can you, for everyone's sanity,
sure,
shed a little bit of light on this just so we can stop being paranoid or we can start, being paranoid?
Let me see if I can thread the needle on this.
Sure. Take your time.
Well, I know a lot of people, this is nothing new. There's entire religions that plan for doomsday, right? The end of the world's coming. Then you have, then it's Y2K, and then, it's the end of the Aztec calendar, right? And,
Now, there's even more to this clip, so stay with me. But I just want to interrupt to say that, people making predictions like this, right? You got Chris Bledsoe with his Easter 2026 prediction. You got this 2027 prediction that's being thrown around. A lot of different predictions. And as you can hear Luis Elizondo start to answer, right, he's just kind of like, people are freaking out about this and people freaking out about that.
I mean, listen, if you're religious, for the fact that nobody can predict the end. Right? I mean, anybody that claims that the end is nigh. I mean, come on now. Like, nobody can predict. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen. That's it. Nobody can predict it. We don't know. We, of course, have the signs, but that's it. Now, if you're an atheist, or, what's the other word? Let's just say if you're not religious, then surely you would have to rely on the scientists. But even then, the scientists cannot predict. Even the scientists, we're gonna have signs, this and that, but come on now, right? Let's stop with that bull squash.
But listen to what he says next, because that is the part that I focused on.
Okay. Now, there is some speculation, and I won't say specifics, that there may be something in later on, but the problem is I wouldn't go to the bank with it, and what the specifics are, because it's first of all, it's hearsay, and it's also yes, there was an official effort by some people in the government to actually look at this data, and there were some products produced. That's a fact. I won't go into more detail.
Okay, so the way I'm interpreting, and I could be wrong, so it seems like that he also heard similar stuff about 2027, UFO mothership, whatnot, okay? So now we got 3 different people indirectly or directly saying that, and again, all of them are saying this is something that they heard, and it's speculation, or not, and it's just predictions, or not. Maybe it's something that is in the plans, but because the stuff that is now coming out, maybe they're not gonna do it. But again, it's like you said, it's a hearsay, right? It's a he said, she said kind of situation. So let's not fully believe it, but let's continue.
Man. But it wasn't 2027.
Okay.
And that's a fact. I won't go into more detail, man. But it wasn't 2027.
Okay.
And it was based upon certain observations. And again, I'm very careful because what I don't want to do is people are going to take this, they're going to hang on to these words and say, Lou said something's coming. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that there were some people who were anticipating something happening. And it was officially considered by some people based upon certain things. And a product was written. Anything beyond that, I don't want to discuss because, I think what happens is people take that and they take it to the bank.
Sure.
And that's very dangerous.
You don't want to give any credence to something that could be untrue.
Right. I mean, look.
And exactly. I feel like that's a good approach, even if you heard or not, because here's the thing, right? With Dr. Stephen Greer, he has good stuff, and he also had stuff that I guess he was not so right, or perhaps, I mean, because here's the thing, right? The News Nation X-Ship UFO report, a lot of people were not satisfied with it, right? And Dr. Stephen Greer and the whistleblowers were saying we're going to have a massive disclosure. If that was the disclosure, to a lot of people, that's not a massive disclosure, right? Everybody has the right to their opinion. To some people, it was good, but a lot of people, from what I'm gathering around from the comment section, people were not satisfied. And this is something that I said back then too, man. Predictions are not the right approach because predictions can be wrong. Even if you heard that something was going to happen, stuff can be changed and behind the scenes if it is meant to be, or if it's true, right? I'm not saying this is true, but this is something that they're talking about, so I wanted to actually include that, right, and have that part of the discussion. I want to also show you this clip in a second, but wait for it.
Look, anything can happen, right? A tornado could hit your studio in 10 minutes from now. It probably won't, but it could, right?
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful. There's no such thing as absolutes.
But it's when you say something was observed that people's ears tend to perk up.
I can't go into more detail than that because, first of all, I didn't collect the data. I wasn't part of that effort, and thirdly, that's not really for me to discuss. But I don't think people need to be, Panic at the Disco and oh my God, that. We've been down this road many times before. Let's stop speculating. Let's stick to what we know. And if it turns out that there's a revelation based upon of us all working together on this, and fine, maybe it is what it is. But we need to make sure we don't do ourselves the injustice by predicting and predicating things. I think that's a dangerous move. And I think unless the government comes out and says something, hey, you need to pay attention to this, then we probably should focus on other things.
And that's what
in other words, let's not believe even the government, right? So who do you believe? This one was also very, very interesting. Roll it.
But these x-rays are so compelling that if they are legitimate x-rays, if someone really did just piece this together with a bunch of random bones, what a fantastic job they did, because it doesn't look awkward at all. It looks real.
It's in context to the mummies that were found in Peru that looks like aliens, and they are kind of different from us, and they do look like they are not born on this planet, essentially. So
the thing about them that looks the fakest is just a photograph of the bodies themselves. Everything else looks fucking pretty legit.
Right, if the x-rays are real.
Yes.
And this is part of the problem. But the x-rays that they show, that they say are real, God, they look so cool. I mean, you see the three-fingered hands, you see the bones look similar to ours, but different. You know, there's enough of it that's similar to a human being's, and it is some sort of bipedal, you know, hominid-like creature, whatever it is.
And we know, I mean, like, we know that humans existed with a bunch of other hominids on this planet for a long time, so it wouldn't be like, for us to discover a new species of, even if they weren't aliens, wouldn't be crazy.
If they were like way more advanced than us, but they got wiped out. That's, you know, there's versions of us that aren't as good as us, that aren't here anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So we have Homo sapiens, Denisovans they didn't discover until a decade or so ago.
Yeah.
Right? So then there's a bunch of different versions of human beings that weren't as good as us, and we're the ones that maybe ones were better.
Maybe. That's a big maybe. Check this one out, roll it.
Continent? You're telling me there are lands beyond the ice wall. A dark continent? You're telling me there are lands beyond the ice wall with no sunlight.
Listen, don't take my word for it. Take Jonathan Hemington's. I mean, hell, he's the one who streamed it live on the dark web in 2020. Guy worked for a private research institute for aerial engineering. You know, developed these just incredible aircrafts, undetectable from radars, incredible fuel efficiency, allowing for flight durations that could last weeks. Little did anybody know the guy was just obsessed with the idea of these outer lands, the ice wall, and
what are the odds the commentary is AI using somebody else's voice, right? You never know.
You know, one night he boarded a jet with a Starlink and his streaming equipment and headed directly down to Antarctica. He figured if he streamed right away, he'd be intercepted, so he waited until he was about midway through the continent. And as he started the stream, hundreds of people watched as he literally flew straight over what appeared as an enormous ice barrier. After hours and hours of continuation, passing over several different unidentified landmasses, he stopped on one of them to get a night's rest and continue on the next morning. But during that next day of flight, this was where things had taken a peculiar turn. As the sun eventually went down during flight, he wanted to wait until it came back up to get a safe landing. But as the hours went by, it never did. Eventually, due to fatigue, he was forced to land onto this dark continent, and little did he know this would be his last stop. Listen, this place he was in was nothing like we'd ever seen, okay? The environmental factors clearly showed this land had never been exposed to sunlight, pure darkness, and instead of trees, there were just these rock-textured spires that shot up into the sky. The final moments of the stream showed a horrific encounter that he'd had. As he began explaining, he was seeing some kind of tall figure, something human-like, but strangely different.
You know, Admiral Byrd is somebody that a lot of people tend to find, a lot of people tend to find him very credible on this subject, and if I'm not wrong, he also did talk in lengths about this subject too, right? Antarctica, dark continent, right? You go a little bit deep, and you're gonna find it. Pause real quick, but you're gonna find it. And you know, we also got Hollow Earth and stuff like that. We got Atlantis stuff. I mean, I love these conversations. I love these conspiracy topics and all that. But yeah, right? And some people also do believe that these are interdimensional beings. Some believe that they do not come from different planets, but they have been here. They are on the inner Earth, or they are in the ocean, in our oceans. Some believe that yes, some of them are in our inner Earth. They come from the inner Earth. Some of them come from our oceans, and also some of them come from different planets too. Yeah, so it's like literally all over the place, man. Will we ever find the truth? I don't know, man.
Pale with glowing white eyes. And as he'd called out to it, the camera would fall to the ground moments later. The stream would ultimately end just moments after this being picked up the camera and looked directly into the lens.
Can a brother get to see that stream? So it's claimed that he streamed back in 2020 on dark web. Can a brother get to get to that stream, man?
Jonathan Hemington had not been heard from since. But look, I'm just going to go ahead and say this is a joke for entertainment only.
Yeah, of course.
Three theories that say...
Of course, guys, check out this video on the screen. This is the last episode that we've done. If you have not seen it, definitely check it out, because the stuff that we had in this one, insane, and you're definitely gonna love it. This was the last episode that we've done, and I'll see you right there.